this as a note to self. Coming back from Dezerland Auto Museum, couple things that I was thinking about. One of the things is I hate to level any criticism at this amazing place, but I would say that it could benefit from a little better curation. One of the things that they need is to, like, I know what a Gogomobile is, but the average person does not. And it would be great if they had a little more information about the company, what happened to it, and possibly put for example, all the Gogomobiles together chronologically. Most cars should be put together chronologically. So, what? Yeah, they're all over the place in that pavilion. They do have. I like the idea of putting the cars on racks, but it might be good if the racks were. I don't know. I guess you couldn't do a whole lot better than what they have done. Yeah, if they were labeled, they would be great. They need to be like here. Like there was a Bond micro car in there that is ultra rare that just was stuck in a rack. Just all that stuff was kind of. It's almost like walking into somebody's storage. Yeah, it's like, well, he knows what it is, but we don't. It could do with a little better curation. And even in the movie area, which I saw they had done the most curation in, there still was lacking some information. You know what I mean? And some of the information I noticed that was on plaques and things like that was almost just like lifted from the internet. There wasn't a lot of insight in it. So I think a curator of that museum would really be able to bring life into the amazing collection that they have. The other thing that, now on the other side, one of the things I liked about the museum is that it wasn't over curated. And I mentioned this to that security guard. The collection, they just take, they will take stuff that doesn't necessarily fit the overall mission. They're not so picky that they won't take stuff as long as it's interesting, they'll take it. And I think that is a good way of doing that particular museum, because that museum is so eclectic, and I think part of the value of it is its eclecticism, that you don't know what you're going to see whenever you're there. It's pretty amazing. Gosh, what else? Just more information on each individual car. I'd like to see that brass fire extinguisher collection a little bit more up close, because each one of them was a different brand. I couldn't get over that. I've only seen like one brass fire extinguisher in my life, and it was in a antique store, and I thought it was fascinating, but most of them you can't get because they considered them dangerous. They didn't want people picking them up and trying to put a fire out with them, and then they explode or whatever. I don't know. But to have a collection like that of absolutely perfect was amazing. And I liked the idea of having the storefronts to be like, this is the Duesenberg store. I really liked that. But I would have liked to see a couple other things. You could even, like, there were 3 Ladas out there, and people don't even know, there was nothing about them on there. It would have been nice to, I could see those things actually stacked on top of each other, and then in racks, and then a plaque all about Lada, the company Lada in general there. Why are these cars significant? Because they're just these little Russian. You know what? Those should have been in the Russian pavilion. Why weren't they in the Russian area? Anyway, I mean, they could have stacked them up one on top of each other and fit them in there on racks. That would have been cool. They were good about putting their best foot forward in the Rolls Royces, and the really rare cars were facing out in the storefronts, like the Duesenbergs and stuff were right there in the storefront, so they did put their best foot forward there. Anyway, great museum.